Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to completely overhaul how you structure your day. We've pulled together the absolute best frameworks from time management for high performers to help you maximize your output and, honestly, to minimize your stress. So if you're ready to start executing like a top-tier professional, let's just dive right in. We've all been there, right? You end the day feeling incredibly busy, totally wiped out, yet completely unproductive. It's this classic modern trap. You spend 10 hours putting out fires, answering messages, running around, only to realize the actual needle-moving work remains entirely untouched. It's really the classic divide between mere activity and actual accomplishment. Think about person A. They're living in a purely reactive state, literally jumping at every single notification and ending the day completely exhausted. Now contrast that with person B. They're proactive, laser-focused on high-value tasks and making tangible progress. Both were busy, sure, but only one was actually productive. To help you become person B, we're walking through a quick 5-part framework today. 1. The value of time. 2. Prioritizing what matters. 3. Mastering focus. 4. Managing energy. And 5. Building systems.
Kicking things off with part 1, the value of time. Time is an unrecoverable asset. The foundation of any real transformation begins right here. Because think about it, if you lose $100, you can earn it back. But if you lose a year, it's gone forever. High performers don't ask how much time they have. They ask how effectively they can use it.
700. That is the staggering number of hours you lose in a single year if you spend just 2 hours a day on aimless social media scrolling. Just let that sink in for a second. That's nearly an entire month of your life, awake, yielding absolutely zero return on your time investment.
Think about what you could actually achieve if you redirected those 700 hours. You could learn a highly profitable new skill, dramatically improve your business systems, study for major exams, or even research and build a robust investment portfolio. Small, seemingly harmless daily choices compound to create massive long-term outcomes. Which brings us to part 2. Prioritizing what matters most, doing the right things. Once you truly grasp the value of your time, you realize pretty quickly that you simply cannot do everything. The goal isn't cramming more into your day, it's ruthlessly prioritizing the right things. Enter the legendary Eisenhower Matrix. The crucial secret here is separating what's urgent from what's important. Urgent tasks are screaming for your attention right now, like a ringing phone. Important tasks quietly build your future, things like strategic planning. Top performers live in that important but not urgent space. They schedule and execute those things before they ever have a chance to become emergencies. And you can refine those priorities even further using the 80-20 rule. It's all about identifying the crucial 20% of your efforts that actually yield 80% of your meaningful results. For example, if 20% of your clients generate 80% of your revenue, well, you need to find those high-impact activities and dedicate your absolute best time directly to them. Now, to ensure those vital tasks actually get done, you got to adopt a brilliantly sticky mental model. Eat the frog. And since frogs presumably taste terrible, you really want to get it over with quickly. This just means tackling your hardest, most important priority first thing in the morning to defeat decision fatigue and build incredible momentum for the rest of the day. Moving right along to part 3, mastering focus and schedules, which is all about controlling your day. Having priorities means absolutely nothing if you don't execute them. We need to construct a daily schedule that actively protects your attention from the chaos of the outside world. The key to pulling this off is deep work. That focused, totally distraction-free work that pushes your abilities and creates real, valuable results. Because dividing your attention, it's like trying to fill a bucket with holes in it. Your focus just leaks out and your results remain incredibly limited. You absolutely must carve out dedicated time blocks for single-tasking deep work. So, how do you find time for that deep work? Well, a super practical first step is a time audit. First, track literally everything you do for 7 days. Seriously, everything. Next, categorize those activities into high, medium, and low value. Finally, analyze the results. You can't patch a leak in your focus if you have no idea where it is. There's a quote from the source material that just hits the nail on the head. Success is rarely determined by how much time you have, it is determined by how well you use the time available to you. Everyone gets 24 hours, no exceptions. The high performer simply maximizes the intentional use of the hours they already possess.
This brings us to a massive paradigm shift in Part 4, managing energy, not time. This right here is the secret to peak performance. You can have a perfectly color-coded calendar, but if you're burning out, it's totally useless. Managing your biological and mental energy is actually far more important than just managing the clock.
Picture two workers for a second. A highly energized, focused individual can achieve way more in just 4 hours than a stressed, sleep-deprived person can in an 8-hour marathon of scattered attention. The exhausted worker simply stares at a screen, making mistakes and working at a snail's pace. The energized worker, they execute with precision. To be that energized worker and completely avoid burnout, recovery has got to be a non-negotiable part of your productivity cycle. Things like a consistent sleep routine, regular physical exercise, proper nutrition, and intentional mental breaks. These aren't distractions from your work. They are the powerful performance tools that make your best work possible.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, Part 5, building systems for success and leaving motivation behind. Relying on temporary, daily motivation is a complete recipe for failure. Why? Because motivation is a feeling, and feelings change. Systems do not.
A system is essentially a set of automated habits, routines, and processes that help you achieve your goals consistently, without having to rely on raw willpower. Goals are great. They tell you where you want to go, but it is a robust system that actually does the heavy lifting to get you there reliably, day in and day out. You build these unstoppable systems by mastering the habit loop. It starts with a cue, a trigger that kicks off the behavior, like sitting down at your desk. Then comes the routine, the productive action itself, like maybe writing for 30 minutes. And finally, the reward, the benefit or satisfaction you get afterward. By starting with tiny, consistent actions, you literally hardwire this loop into your daily life.
Which leads us to this really vital insight. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. High performance isn't about working yourself to the absolute bone for 1 week and then crashing hard. It's about building a system that allows you to make small, consistent 1% improvements every single day. That compound interest of effort, that is what creates extraordinary achievements over time.
So I want to leave you with this one final, provocative thought. Your time, literally, is your life. Every single hour that passes is an hour you trade for whatever it is you're doing. Your entire future is shaped by the choices you make with your 24 hours today. Armed with these frameworks for focus, energy, and systems, what exactly are you going to do next?